Well, ladies and gentlemen, Night of Champions is now in the books. It's in the books, and what a night it was. If you're in the Pacific, what a fucking morning it was, because there's a whole lot of things we can talk about. First of all, Rollins versus AJ Styles. I told everybody it was going to be a great match, as usual, but I told everybody who was going to win, and everybody knew who was going to win. I didn't need to tell you who was going to win. Seth Rollins was obviously going to win. And then the moment was commemorated with Triple H handing the WWE World Heavyweight Championship to Seth Rollins. And that paid homage to the history with, the Authority. And even through all the years in NXT, I mean, Triple H has always been there for Seth Rollins. And he's always pushed for Seth Rollins to be the face of the company. That's just a given. And now, after shooting a movie, which I believe it is a new Captain America movie, Rollins is back, and he promises to put on a hell of a show on Monday Night Raw. I half believe him. We're going to see what's going to go on. Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch. It was a good match. There were a couple botches here and there, but I think that was just because of miscommunication. That is something I brought up, though, on a concern with these two, because they're great wrestlers. They put on hell of matches, but together, it's just that they haven't been able to find that chemistry yet. It was a lot better today, but at the same time, it's like they still need to work on it a little bit. All in all, good match. I was really surprised that Zoe Stark helped out Trish Stratus. I know some of the WWE wrestling pages on Instagram and Twitter and what have you have been saying, oh, it would be great if Trish had a stable. And I think Zoe Stark was on that list, and there was somebody else. It was another NXT call-up. It'd be great for them to have Trish's back, and then Trish could start a new stable and all that. I was like, I was all right with it. But when it happened, I really liked it, okay? Zoe Stark has impressed me in the 2 matches that she's had, so I'm really curious to see how, they do as a stable, because God knows that we need good stables in the women's division especially. And Trish can get that job done. So we'll see how that goes. As far as Gunther versus Mustafa Ali goes, I don't know what it is, but I think Triple H likes squashing people like hometown favorites. I know Mustafa Ali isn't really from Saudi Arabia, but he identifies with their religion and their culture. So he was placed in this match. And while he put up a good fight, it was a good match, he ultimately lost. And that was the end of that. So, tough beat. But at the same time, it's like it was expected. As far as the, what else? Asuka versus Bianca. Finally, Bianca loses that championship. Honestly, to be honest with you, she really should have lost it at WrestleMania. I don't know why they waited so long to... I don't know why we need to go through this whole phase of, darker Asuka. You know what I mean? Like, dark Asuka was enough, and now they're really trying to put it like she's demented. Which is fine. It works out. I like it. It's just like, Bianca should have lost at WrestleMania, period. I think she's had the title for way too long, and I'm actually being generous with the fact that, she should have lost it at WrestleMania. Honestly, she should have lost it earlier. But at the same time, I had to acknowledge that, there's not many people that are believable to take Bianca's title and let alone have a good run with it. But Asuka is on that short list. And I think what also determined the outcome of that match was Asuka, there was a report that she might leave because she's, tired of losing, not getting a push. I think once that was brought to the attention of the front office, they're like, you know what? Let's take a chance on Asuka. We don't want to lose Asuka anyway, so let's make this happen. Let's make her win. And there it was. All right. As far as the... I think I covered everything. Oh, yeah, that's right. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I called it. I was like, there's no way that Roman and Solo are going to lose to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens without the Usos costing them. Now, the developing story here is Jimmy's obviously had enough. He refuses to acknowledge Roman Reigns anymore as a tribal chief. He's tired of getting pushed around. He's tired of being told what to do. He's tired of Roman not appreciating him. And so he snapped. Super kicked him twice. And as a result, Solo was left alone. And Kevin Owens stunned him. Solo front of the corner. Sami Zayn Haluva kicked him. 1, 2, 3. Done. Match is over. Roman is heartbroken. Last thing we see are the Usos walking up the ramp. Jay is very hesitant. He doesn't know what to do. He's really conflicted. He's all about, Roman, but at the same time, his brother just turned on his cousin. And it can be argued that his cousin, it's a very complex story. Because if Roman just hadn't gone so far with, the abuse and the constant disrespect towards the Usos, and I think Jimmy would have stayed in line, but he let the power go to his head, bam, and Jimmy couldn't take it anymore. And that's what happens. We've seen it time and time again in movies, TV shows, and Roman just fell on that list of one of those leaders who has lost complete control of his stable. We've seen it in wrestling 100 times, so there it is. And that was that. As far as where we're going to go from here, I don't know, because obviously the bloodline is going to dissipate within the next, it's going to be over in the next 6 months in that time frame. I don't know if Roman's going to lose the belts in that time frame. I don't know if it's going to be the Usos versus Roman and Solo. I don't know if it's Solo has his own agenda. They honestly could break up the bloodline in so many different ways. But let me know in the comments what you guys think is going to happen with the bloodline. Can't wait to see you guys' thoughts and reactions. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And I will be recording more in-depth videos of, certain situations that occurred at Night of Champions. But for now, this is my Night of Champions review. And thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.